Preparing. I'm live. I'm live. Yeah. Decide to go with full page color advertising. There, my screen went dark over there. I'm live. Mute. Okay. Boy, that little thing went way up there. Like there ain't anybody in the chat, but the little box, the welcome thing is like got room for about 5 things in there. Let's get this light. Oop. The light I have here, position where it's over my face. Move the potato chips. Get the light set right there. There, that should be enough light. I don't know why it's like pixelated. These computers, hey, we get this computers like gonna cost you $1,000, but we got to put the shittiest freaking camera in it that we can. You know, phones got a good camera now. The computers still got shitty cameras. I got to try doing that. See if it'll do my Bluetooth and use my Nikon. But I got to send my Nikon in because the LCD screen quit working again. It's the second time. I'm halfway through my 3-year warranty, so they can keep breaking down and I keep getting it fixed. But the problem, it's like not cheap sending it to get fixed because I got to pay to ship it there and back. And then I ship it there and it comes back and it's still not fixed. And I got to ship it again. And it just doubles it. But I'll show you what I come up with for the full page color ad here. Let's just go to, let's see. Here we go to, where? Is it still showing up on there? Did my post, did they let my post? Oh, no, it's not showing there, but I got a screenshot of it because they're probably, when you post something on a big corporation's page, they'll let you post it and it goes to their web people to review, and a lot of times it's like, oh, he's just got a customer service question, but I sent something pretty cool to him. Let me see screenshots. There we go. Oh, but I don't have the whole comment I sent him. But it should be in my thing. Let me see what other ones I want to pull up here. Oh, no. Okay, well, I'll get the other stuff later. So we'll go screenshot that, screen share, boom, share. There we go. So on Ford's Facebook, I got the, as I've gone alone in there and with my treasures bold, I can keep my secret wearing hint of riches new and old. Yeah. Hint of new and old cars. Oh, the one Kennedy was in, the one father on the Banco, Eric Sloan's car, Suzanne Summers' car, Steve McQueen's Bullet car. He hints about the cars, right? So now if Ford Motor Company knows, oh, Forrest Fenn's treasure poem was about our cars, we got an advertising campaign going here now. So right there, yeah, the Ford Motor Company, Forrest Fenn's treasure poem was about going alone in his treasured Model A. Suzanne Summers, Ford T-Bird, JFK's Ford Lincoln, Indiana Jones Ford Model A, George O'Keeffe's Ford Model A, Amelia Earhart's Ford Model A, Steve McQueen's Ford Shelby Mustang GTE, aka the magic bullet that brings a quick end to a previously unsolvable problem. And don't forget Ralph Lauren with his $350 million car collection told Forrest Fenn he could not take his war bonnet with him to heaven. And I can't click the because it's just a screenshot, but I might be able to find the rest of that, which I'll do off screen. And okay, so we'll see how Ford Motor Company responds to that. I've got the magic bullet. Where'd that go? There. Oh, there. Yeah, you see them, but I don't, Candy. I block people who insult me. I block people who think that I know nothing, that my solution is bullshit and not worth hearing. You know, you're lucky you're not blocked, Candy. Very lucky you're not blocked, because you've thrown a lot of insults my way and gone along with that vile accusations from Toby, Shelley, K-Pro, Amy, all them people that fill you with fucking bullshit about me. And I'm an old man. Yeah. You know what? I ain't interested in you either, Candy. You know. No. In the movie Bullet, it was a Ford Shelby GT. And the car in Forrest Fenn's story, his Bullet car, was a Plymouth. And what people don't understand is you have to insert subtle. You can't have it with the Plymouth. You can have a Bullet, but it can't be a Plymouth. It's a different car. The Bullet is a subtle hint to a car with a bullet hole. A Plymouth is direct and not subtle. That's why the Buffalo Cowboy car was called an old car with no top, because he could not say it was a Ford Model A, because that would be direct and not subtle. I think MJ understands the meaning of subtle. What are you looking at me for, Jack? Well, you're talking on the internet, so I need to disturb you. Right? I need to get your attention and whine. No, you gonna whine? You gonna whine some more? What do you want? I don't know what you want. Really? See, he wants out. I knew that. Dogs use a lot of body language when they talk. You know? You, over here, let me out. Hey, 1 second. I let him out. Oh, and I got to start my generator back up. It's a little chilly outside for polo shirts. Chili garlic noodles. Oh boy. Chili. Okay. The chili cook-off with the noodles with the pasta in it. And what won? The Ford Thunderbird. Suzanne Summers' car won. And Willie won because he's the best dog. I'm his dog. You know that? I'm the one he's dogging. Move tonight. Let me see. Okay. I wonder, I think I can find the whole post in if I go to my activity, display help and support, settings and privacy. What the fuck? You know? Just go to my page. And I should be able to see activity log. Your post. Yes, that's what I want to see. Photos and videos. Did I just let that dog out? He's back at the door again. And he'll want out in 5 minutes because he only went out so he can come back in and get a treat. Huh. My other post not showing here. That one. Dang it, I want to see all the comment I sent him. Activity I'm tagged in, interactions. Comments. Polls I create. What? Groups, communities, events, and reads, profile, connections, logged actions, and other activity. Where's my post? Because I want to see all the text that I sent to Ford. No, I searched for him, yes. But where's my post that I gave him? It used to say, here, you posted this and this and that. Oh, we've hidden that from you now. We can see it, but you can't. Oh, hey, I gotta let that dog in, Ken. Come on. That's not how you get treats, Jack. Go, don't stare at me like you need something else because you've got everything. You got water, you got food. What else do you need? Huh? He's just staring at me. Do you read my mind? No, I don't read your mind. I'm not a dog. Okay. Page ain't available. We can't show you your post. Reload. What the heck, you know? So I could show you my other thing I made here then. That's in I hate when the computer is guessing what you're trying to do and does something you don't want to do. And it fights you when you try to do what you're trying to do. Go. Share that. Boom. There. So there we go. That's the he went alone in his car. Do you go alone in your car more than you go in your car with other people? If you're single, you do. If you have children, you probably don't go in your car alone too often, but you know, you're just thinking as a parent, but most people don't have children, or their children are grown up. I have a kid, but he's grown up. So yeah, there are Sloan's Model T, Buffalo Cowboy Car Model A, Skippy's Model B, Suzanne Summers' T-Bird, JFK's Lincoln, and Steve McQueen's Bullet. So, it's pretty obvious, unless you're one of the people. Anything Bill Gorman, no, we cannot accept anything Bill Gorman. Nothing comes from him. We will accept nothing. What do I have else in here? Oh, that's my, isn't that cool? Yeah, that's badass. Okay. The horse struck the gold. Gold is the center of the bullseye. It's the target, is the gold. An arrow is a projectile like a bullet. It's simple thinking. There we go. Nooker's got Jack. Right there. If you believe in 9 Mile Hole, you believe in Jack. And Jack, Santa Claus is more real than Jack. Okay? There's Suzanne Summers, Harrison Ford, American Graffiti, Ford Roadsters. Yeah. And that says, I've been wise and found the blaze. In Japanese. I have Japanese family. And here we go. This is for Josh Jordan. The treasure is below 10,200 feet. And he claims it was on Weston Pass, which is 11,921 feet. Lucy, you got some explaining to do. Warm water halts. When the heart stops pumping for the meadowlarks, it was BBs from Forrest Fenn's for Forrest's Red Ryder BB gun. Here's the dead meadowlarks. And there's Forrest Fenn. For Forrest and Peggy, it was the magic bullet. I got to go in and fix that, don't I? Put an E. I typoed. I swear I do not. I know how to spell, and I did not misspell. That was some spell check trying to think it was thank or than or whatever it was trying to spell for me. I know how to spell. Spell check will make you look like you can't spell. and here's hot off the press. It's Underwood Typewriter Company. And see, it says Underwood on the car. It's like a Model T Underwood. It might be a Lincoln, because Ford bought Lincoln, in the 20s or something. And you see, I put my double blazes in the window of the store. And here you can get The best car record machine. So it's a typewriter in train cars. Is the Underwood, in fact, the best car record is the Underwood. In fact, it is the only machine that exactly meets the particular needs of every phase of railroad work. The Underwood standard typewriter originated writing in site construction, built-in tabulators, and our many other time-saving appliances for modern accounting. Every live business has need for one or more of these special purpose machines. Work is done quicker, faster, and marked easy with operating expense. The Underwood typewriter will fit into the special needs of your business. This is it is the machine you will eventually buy, the Underwood typewriter. And was that a full page color ad? I don't know. It was a black and white ad. And here's William F. Buckley Jr. with a typewriter in his car. And there's his cute little doggy. And there is Will Rogers with a typewriter in a Model A. Okay. Stop. Yeah. There's the Motor Trend magazine, Ralph Lauren. Bullet, Steve McQueen's Thrill of the Chase. Ford Mustang, Shelby, GT. Sells for $25 million. Forrest Fenn's treasured Model A found parked in Colorado's Museum of Nature. The Rocky Mountains are Colorado's Museum of Nature. He said Denver because he couldn't say Colorado. If you've been wise and found the blade, Charlton Heston, an earthquake in a K5 Blazer. In the movie Earthquake. There's Charlton Heston. In a blaze. Moses in a blazer. I just love it. Magic Bullet. Quit whining, Jack. That's what I had from the, okay. Oh. My neck has been giving me hell. And I'm waiting for an MRI. And when I get the MRI, then I can see the orthopedic and get the steroid injections in my neck. Because my neck is very bad. I got blocked nerves and all that shit. Still couldn't find that. And you see, well, I got to get this chat going on. Where did it go? Oh, it's over here. Wrong button. There. Okay. Peggy, not have a middle name. Peggy Jean. That's what's in the book. That's what's in the book. Ode to Peggy Jean. Peggy had a middle name. Oh, over here. Oh, no, is it? No, it's over here. What is it? There it is. Ode to Peggy Jean. Now. And what's the bomb? The bomb? You see, there's this thing, an F-bomb. I think I saved it in it's a bomb shape with an F on it, and it's called an F-bomb. I thought, oh yeah, we know what an F-bomb is. Yeah, I hope you have a great time. Yeah, man. Vegas. Hey, Bill. Have you ever had a Model A or a Model T Ford? Nope. No, but I did work on Fords. I used to build Fords. except the Fords I worked on had 1,000-pound thrusters on them. And our geosynchronous orbit. I worked on Ford spacecraft. So, what else did I have to talk about? Not much. I mean, it's pretty obvious to me. And Forrest had mentioned in the, I think it was with K-Pro or somebody he was talking to in the last couple of years of his life, that the finder could, you could get rid of the coin. The coins would be easy to cash out, or sell one at a time, or what, and not be tracked. But the big nuggets would be a problem. And so I think between then and when he passed and when he gave his final instructions, the instructions were that if we give the guy the treasure chest, it's going to cause him all kinds of legal issues. So we're going to cash out the treasure chest, and he's going to get an equivalent or whatever. But then remember, there was something that didn't fit in the treasure chest. Something bigger than the treasure. And therefore, that's why, okay, you can sell the gold off, because I'm guessing that there is something much bigger than the treasure, that it's like, yeah, who wants to deal with all that gold? That gold caused problems. Not having the gold's not going to cause problems. And I got a I have the model. I have his bullet Model A out here, the cowl with the bullet hole through it. It's right out here next to my car. And if Doug ain't gonna help me, I'll go to Ford Motor Company. They're gonna help me. They're gonna help me, because that's an endorsement for Ford. That's big advert. Oh yeah, that make a great campaign. These people all had Fords. Eric Sloan, Ralph Lauren, Suzanne Summers, Harrison Ford. We got Hollywood tied with an automobile manufacturer. That makes good advertising. And do you think when they put that car in the movie, do you think they said, hey, well, we could put the Ford in there, or we could put the Chevy in there? And yeah, but we're only going to put the car in there from the company that pays us. And so I think Ford probably get paid to have their cars in the movie instead of the Chevys, or Chevy, probably, because there was I think Harrison was the guy in the Chevy, in the old 55 or whatever it was, 57. I don't know. Gold is probably 3,000 this time next year. Yeah. Well, I in the video I said those dust things were 1.5 grams. No, they're 3 grams, but still 3 grams is only $270. It's $270 for 3 grams, and people are bidding 410. Did the bid's 410, and then you add 20%, you're going up $500 for $270 worth of gold. $270 worth of gold, and they're wanting to pay $500 for it. And I tell you, you take that gold dust anywhere, and it's going to be that. You can The jar. What's in the jar is the solution. And it could be another, it might be the title with the finder's name in it. We don't see. My thing was you had to find the proxy out there. If you solve this and you bring the bullet came home to Santa Fe 2017 February, I brought it to the February, and that's when he doffed his hat and hand to God, I gotta hand it to you. Job well done. Hats off to you. You know, do better with the hat anyhow, right? So he had that. That was that, and as you go, God we trust, or it says one nation under God. So he does the hand of God sign that's in the George Washington portrait and in the Bella story. He's got the hand of God under the table, or he's got his closed fist on top of the table, and under the table he has his hand of God. So the hand of God is what's under the table. Have you ever been paid under the table? Okay. It's coming from the hand of God. I'm holding on to it until I'm dead, is what he was saying. That's what the closed fist was. I'm giving it to you, but I'm holding on to it. And the drawings were important. That was an important drawing. The Buffalo Cowboy cars was an important drawing because it was traced off of the Indiana Jones 4. Why is the big gold disc only? Those pre-Columbian things, they're mostly gold, but there's copper in them and other metals, and it depends on what it weighs. I think they should have been required to put the purity of the gold, that this is 80%, or like there are gold coins that are 90% silver coins. I mean, they're 90% silver. Those discs are they use them for mirrors to look at themselves or to reflect code signals from mountain. You could reflect sunlight with them. You could send signals to the guys on the hill across the way. There's sun discs, and what's the sun disc do? It reflects light. Yeah, it was for, and like okay, so these people were supposedly able to melt rocks to make these rocks all fit perfectly. To melt these rocks, they would have had to use the sun and mirrors, a bunch of mirrors from the sun, and all focused in on the rock will melt the rock. Should do an experiment with that. That might be something fun to do with get a bunch of them beauty mirrors, the convex beauty mirrors, because I know they'll work. Because I have a friend, his wife, I went over to his place. His wife had left her makeup mirror on her coffee table with the convex side, toward the couch, and the couch was underneath the window, and the sun came through the window and hit that mirror and burned a trail across their couch. They just melted a trail all the way. Could have got their place on fire. Be careful where you leave those mirrors. Think. Makes sense. Yep. This one's getting low, so it gets plugged up. I think it's been about 2 weeks on this one cartridge. Do I still have in my bottle. My Moses. Oh, yes, I do. I still have some gin in there. Moses. See a stick. Everybody, the stick, right? The stick. Why was the stick in the box? When I found the car, did you see my camera was on a stick and I had another stick I was walking with? Like Moses, I was emulating Moses going out there with my stick. My stick is better than bacon. But I had all these videos and I got the camera on a stick and I'm walking with a stick. And then people don't understand what's the stick clue about. And it's willow tree. Oh, I got something else, some big, want some breaking news. Yeah, I got some breaking news. I got to get my lights going here. See, my generator's running. You see the light strobing back here? That's my 12-volt lights, LED lights that aren't getting enough voltage because my 48-volt battery charger is trying to charge my 48-volt batteries. And it's sucking power. So if I reduce, watch this, these lights will get bright all of a sudden because I'm going to turn down there, see? It got brighter because I reduced the power going to charge at 48 volts. And so that'll bring the 12-volt can now charge and get up there. But when I went to my mailbox, I ordered a book on Monday because I thought it was very Fenn related. Ordered it on Monday from Connecticut. It was in my mailbox on Wednesday. It wasn't due till Christmas. And I'm going to try to do this without showing the title, but that looked like Harrison Ford, right? And he's fishing, right? Look. Trout tails. Okay. It's written by this author's niece, or it's published by it's got his stories, and then they're by his niece. But I'll get it on the screen here. The story, this thing here. Let's see, where is it? There. Should be right there. Should have been right at the top. Oh no, it's gonna be. There it is. Okay. Let me get the screen ready before I switch over. Now we're ready to switch. Share. Why do people fish? Nary. Sounds kind of like Terry, right? Nary a word is to be found amid all the encyclopedias and books in the world to explain what perverse impulse, what freakish strain, what incomprehensible urge causes an otherwise normal and sane citizen to don a pair of uncomfortable rubber waders, lace a dozen pounds of hobnailed boots on his aching feet, thrust himself haplessly in canvas vest and landing net and creel, and hike upstream 10 miles in a pouring rain, fighting midges and black flies, scratching his face on brambles, winching Whenever the elastic strap of his landing net catches on a twig and lets go like a slingshot, smacking him smartly between the shoulder blades. Why does he undergo all this in order to stand patiently all day in icy water up to his hubs, where warm water halts, right? At your hubs. when the cold water hits your hubs, man, woo, ball cracking cold. Casting his rod back and forth till his arm aches, tired and weak. Wet and sore. Wet. The treasure's wet. His hubs. Casting his rod back and forth. Wet and sore and blistered and mosquito bitten and hungry. And in all probability, fishless. Why, indeed? It is because he wants the fish to eat. I doubt it. For 10 cents and 1/10 of the amount of time and trouble, he could walk down to the market and buy a pound of halibut. That's not too far to walk, is it? Moreover, I've seen many fishermen work for an hour to bring trout to the net, reach down and grab him firmly behind the gills, release the fly, and then turn him loose again to disappear under a rock with a final gateful wag of his square tail. Is it for the spot of casting then? Maybe a little. There's no thrill like that of presenting a fly accurately, watching it ride down a well-cocked down a rifle like a bullet. And suddenly seeing the water explode around it in a shower of iridescent drops, feeling the heavy weight of the line, heavy loads, heavy weight of the line. I still remember the expression of profound pleasure on the face of Ted Townsend, who initiated me into the mysteries of dry fly fishing a quarter of a century ago on the beaver kill. Ted had paused on the bank and tried an exquisite copy of the fly, which was on the water, a female beaver kill, and had cast it across the pool, setting it down as lightly as tinsel down on the water, and we watched a live male fly with love light shining in his eye, spotted the artificial female, and settled down amorously beside her. A trout rose just then. Instead of choosing the real fly, it grabbed Ted's. You can't ask for a nicer tribute to an angler than that. The trout liked his artificial fly better than the real thing. But I think there is another and deeper reason why people fish. It is an age-old desire that moves us all. Whether dry fly pursuit, spinner, fisherman, saltwater angler, or kid with a willow pole, a willow stick, and a caraba worm. Katba. That's a word you could really mess with, right? Worm. It is something that cannot be defined, even in an encyclopedia. But the urge is there whenever an angler wades into a new pool or looks down from a bridge at the water below, or starts in his canoe across a silent lake at dusk. It has something to do with peace, contentment, and soul satisfaction, and the realization that for a moment at least, nothing else in the world matters. That's where my email from Forrest, it doesn't matter to me, Bill. At this point, it doesn't matter to me. Because he was content. He was content. So it didn't matter. He found contentment. He found his winner. Okay? And so you want to know, who is this guy that Forrest Fenn used, or he kind of plagiarized him a little bit. He plagiarized this author. His father, I think, plagiarized him quite a bit in his fishing stories. Because this guy, I noticed, I look, it's okay, here's his father. Field and Stream. Field and Stream. Field and Stream. Ford. You know who started Field and Stream magazine? Teachers with ropes. Fishing lines are ropes. Corey Ford. It was his father had to have learned to fish from him. Who knows? He was borrowing his stories from Corey Ford's fishing stories. Here he is. But what I really like is his niece's the foreword by his niece. This book is a compilation of some of the fishing stories of outdoor writer and humorist Corey Ford, who wanted you to think that he was a native New Englander, lifelong outdoorsman, expert shot, and married man. He was none of these things. If you read lower 40 stories are what his stories that were in Field and Stream magazine. And there's a book of a compilation of all his stories from Field and Stream. Yeah, but the Plymouth, the Plymouth is not subtle. You don't get the bullet is subtle. The bullet hole is subtle. The movie Bullet, that was his name. But what was the movie Bullet? Was the thrill of the chase with that Ford Mustang Shelby GT. It was the Ford, Teachers with Ropes, the Ford, Corey Ford, and the fishing line, his ball of string. Okay, but check this out. In his stories about the rules, Corey Ford had rules too. Okay, and one of the rules was don't disturb my his fly room, his fishing room, and so his wife went in there and took all of the string off his reels and rolled them into balls like the ball of string Forrest had. It's in this book. And guess where this book was published? Bozeman, Montana. Where does it say? Yeah, this one, he's got his rules. Rule 1, Rule 2, Rule 3. Forrest had his rule, you know. This is where Forrest got his ideas, from Corey Ford. He was born in 18-something. He could have been Forrest's father's father, you know. Let me see. I get on. See. He's born in 1902. So he's a little older than Forrest. Oh, they're trying to get donations on Wikipedia. 1902 to 1969. So everything that these things are pre-1960. This book was published in 95 by his niece, who is Laura Morrow. And I like the chapters. Tomorrow's the day. Profile of a trout stream. The great indoors. My namesake. My namesake. I think that's about Ford's. My namesake. Oh yeah, Mount Ford. And the guy was Army Air Force. He was an Army Air Force pilot. Okay. Yankee rod maker. I'll fish again yesterday. Completing ye angler. It's the secret of success. It is the secret. It's the secret of the car. You should call it the bullet, Forrest, because it is shot. Said it twice makes it a clue. Marry the clues. Synchronicity. Match game. How to live with a fisherman. That's a good one. Trout widows. Okay, so you catch them trout and they're leaving their widows, the fish, they're with the eggs with no daddy to fertilize them, right? Men are fish. It's a matter of principle. What could that be about? What? People, Bill Gorman's not an idiot. There's 299,000 dummies out there. Matter of principle. It's a matter of principle. Herbert's Helper. Headwaters of the Connecticut. That's and you know what? The headwaters of the Connecticut. The video. The thing I'm the Into the Wild Frontier I'm in next year is about a raft trip down the Connecticut River. I'm not joking. You can't be any more in synchronicity, you know? It's a headwaters of the Connecticut. Hook, line, and sinker. Rules of the club. Rainbows in the Chilean sky. Canopies of stars, maybe, right? Joyful for angling. The Swedes have a way with fish. There's always been a Scarface. It's Greg is Scarface. And then afterward is her conclusion. And I got a little tiny spot of chocolate on there because I had some on my finger and it touched the page. But otherwise, the book is like brand new. I should tell them to raise the price because there'll be a bunch of people buying this book now. And I gave them the feedback that they must have delivered that with an SR-71. It only took 40 hours to get here from Connecticut. So, okay, let me get my thing going. It back to the chat. Did you like the lure better than the real thing? The lure? I have that car, and I thought about, hey, you know, if they would admit it, I could put that thing in the auction and I could get $12,000, $20,000 for it. But they won't admit it. No, somebody else is deciding my future for me, selling it off, and I don't know what the you know, if there's things that didn't fit in the chest that come with it too, or are they plotting out? We're gonna screw this guy over because Toby didn't like him and K-Pro didn't like him and all these people didn't like him. So we're going by what they said and not how he actually treated us. I treated them with respect. I treated family with respect. And I treated other people with respect. I may have mentioned you can't always trust lawyers, but nothing directly at anybody, you know? And I thought, I hope that they're not up to these evil games and stuff. And I've asked, come clean, tell the truth. I don't know if they're still holding it back because the probate is still in appeal. But with the treasure sold, it's at auction. There's nothing, you know. Yeah, Amy, you talked to you're very friendly with the enemy, so yeah, it's hard to be cordial with somebody who's very friendly with the enemy. And if everybody gave you crap all along, and it turned out you were right, and then they, oh, I want to be your friend. You're the solver. Oh my God, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Well, too late. Played your cards, didn't you? Played your cards. Yeah. So, yeah, he's a young man. He moved to New York. Blah 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 blah. Where was? We've got a bookmark here. It's the secret of success. Success is an omnipotent guru, one who finds Moses, the blaze. Moses is the blaze. I mean, how can you say Moses is the blaze? He found the frickin' burning bush, DFs. Yes, yes. If you don't understand how Moses could be the blaze, you might be a DF. Who's the enemy? Your lawyer friend there, Amy. She's talking to you all the time in them videos. You don't go buddying up with people who shoot at me and then try and be my friend. It doesn't work that way. You know, I'm still friends. There's a picture of me and some of my classmates in 6th grade in 1969 or 1970. And I still know the girl next to me in that picture is one of my friends on Facebook that I've known since 3rd grade. And she was a speed skater, Olympic type. I admit, I don't understand. You don't understand? The car, the Ford, teachers with ropes, Miss Ford. It's about the Ford, not the teacher. Teachers with ropes, and then you got a rope, and you got a old car with no top. A top is a canopy. Okay, it doesn't have a canopy. An old car with no canopy, and you wrecked it in the creek. He was sitting on the seat cushion in the back. The seat cushion springs were there too. The seat cushion springs, the car in the meadow, the D-shaped meadow that's like the back of the stretch of the lowercase d. In the middle of there, like his airplane that dropped the tail hook, the back half of the car, the back half of the airplane's gone. The car with the bullet hole through the fuel tank, like the airplane with the bullet hole through the fuel tank, sitting there in the middle of the meadow. Peggy said you should call it the bullet because it's shot. How can you say you don't get it? How can you? Synchronicity, Kevin Bacon gets it, and you don't get it. If you, I used 6 degrees of separation to get where I got. I got into the search area because I thought, well, it says it'll lead to the end of his rainbow. So I searched for the beginning of his rainbow. What come up? Rainbow Hot Springs. It's a 4.5-mile walk from where you park. That's too far to walk. But also, you can get there from there because there's double blazes, double mint gum, double your pleasure, double your fun. 2 solutions fit into one. But there's the map in the poem, and the targets are in the poem. And in the stories. The stories, it says in the dust jacket, scattered among these pages, clues scattered among these pages. Never ask a fisherman why he goes fishing, because he can't tell you. How can he make you understand that it's more than the fish he takes? It's the sound of running water, the smell of damp rocks, the slap of a beaver's tail, or the fawn standing beside the stream at dusk. It's all the memories that crowd in on him and other fishing trips of campfires that he squatted beside, and friends he used to know. And Forrest told us, like this guy, that he says crazy, right? What man in his right mind in books in the world to explain what perverse impulse, what freakish strain, what incomprehensible urge causes an otherwise normal and sane citizen to don a pair of uncomfortable rubber waders. And Forrest said, he said the crazy guy that did that thing. He told me that I was the craziest guy he ever knew. I knew I was just as crazy as he was. It's a compliment, and you people use it as an insult. And that's why I get that. That's why you don't have a right to call me crazy when you're so stupid. Only stupid people call me crazy. Pocket full of rainbow. I was searching for Rainbow Trail, Poncha Springs, okay? And because I thought there might be a spring. I wanted a map of this trail to see where it went. It's up the hill from Poncha toward going south on Highway 17 or 285. That when he flew over the sand dunes and flew to 285 and took it south, it does a little, it comes down, it goes to Monte Vista and then over to Alamosa and then down. If you go to Highway 17 and then you go south, and it'll turn into 285. And it goes past the birthplace of William Harrison Jack Dempsey, who was punched by the cowboy and has a Liberty Bell in his front yard. Ring my bell. He wanted somebody to call him on the phone, and the phone was at the other end of the house. He was waiting for his Indiana Jones type to call him, and I called him on May 27, 2020. May 27, 2010. There we go. That's how I fix that. Melinda, don't be attacking MJ. That's how you got to be a moderator. Somebody was unfairly attacking you and made you a moderator to protect you, not to moderate. Yeah, Glenna. Yeah, some people. I have a problem with people that think that what I said was rude when they'd never seen what invoked whatever I said. They ignore the person who was rude to me that prompted me to say something rude to them. And it's like somebody, that other Mario suggesting that, oh, you've said not nasty things about people. You haven't. That's not. It's like, dummies. They attacked me first. If you are nice to me and polite to me, I don't attack you. I only go after the ones that do. And like it says in the Bible, tenfold. You throw shit at me, I'm going to bury you in it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Glenna. And Glenna, what was your name prior to Friedman? Was it Goodacre? I see the Eric Sloan painting there at the gallery. Got a picture of it. And I've heard the gallery's staying there. Yeah. Well, MJ's now a moderator too, so don't worry, MJ. I gave you a shield. That's what it should be. You should be able to. Okay, maybe you don't want to make him a moderator, but give him a shield to protect him from other people that are moderators. That. Yeah. I want to go to this story about the string. You want to know the story about the string? Men are fish. I thought the women were. They just how to live with a fisherman. Okay, the rule. I want the rules. I got to look up the page. The rules. Rules. So if you find this guy, rules of the club, 147. 37. 1. 9. There we go. Should I put my fly directly behind that boulder? The current spreads its force and parts on either side in a rippling satin flow, and there in the dead backwater above the rock, the yellow-white foam of the tumbling water circles aimlessly. Is that like that's like aimlessly? Aimlessly. For a moment before it snatches downstream. I should strip the line a little, send it backward with a flick of the wrist, and then forward, and then backward, and then signing forward, suddenly throw the agate eye feeling its way like a snake, wandering a little and wavering as it whistles down and rests, fly first upon the creamy froth, rides lightly for a moment, turns slowly with the endless circle of the eddy, and then darts off the pillow of foam and hurtles downstream after the dragging line. Late May, perhaps in June, and it would be that hour of the afternoon when the blue smoke rises off the meadow and the bark of a dog, distinct tinkle of cattle, distinct tinkle of cattle are staggering near in the hollow distance. So there's his buffalo too. The cooling air carries every odor sharply. The dank body smell of pasture still steaming from the recent sun, manure turning into freshly plowed field, wood smoke, and the acid smell of hickory, the stream of running down woods, running down after recent rain, and chuckles and slaps the white cobbles along the shore. The long flat rifles that we fished during the hot afternoon are humming below us. Okay, so I gotta, was it? Maybe it was the one about the fisherman, the and the fish, and a principle. I think it might have been where this. Trying to find the one about the string. Emery, fishing fisherman. Oh, I should have put some bookmarks in here. How to live with fish meat, page 69. That's appropriate. Upside down. I'm cruising through here looking for the fishing line story. Oh yeah, that's where the rules are here. I read about worm fisherman's wife who sued for divorce because he parked his night crawlers in her pot of African violets and then forgot to tell her. The catalog. It's got to be on the first page of this. Yeah, I should write down notes of where I saw this. There are no predators out there to eat Jack. The coyotes don't even come close here because of Jack. They stay away. I hear them barking in the distance. I never hear them close. Jack is the same size as them, and there's probably some blue-eyed coyotes out there now. He is inside too. He's back there on my bed. Change wheels ready. Well, I can go to the rules here. How did I? There we go. I'll go through the rules so I can get going here. Rule 1. When talking to a fisherman, learn to employ the right terms. A dry fly purist will wince perceivably if you call his split bamboo rod a pole, or his enameled tapered line a string. It is equally important to know the proper remarks to make. When he returns empty-handed after a luckless afternoon, for example, never ask, how many did you get? If he holds up one very small trout, don't say, isn't it cute? Bolster his ego by exclaiming, wait a minute, dear, till I get the camera. I get a picture of you and your great fish. Rule 2, don't fly off the handle when he filches your manicure scissors, or a spool of silk thread off your dresser. Avid fly tyers keep their eyes peeled for any useful material and are unable to resist plucking a couple of tail feathers from a parakeet or unraveling some wool from the baby's sweater or snipping a few strands from your chinchilla coat. Grit your teeth and smile sweetly as he empties the pill bottles in the family medicine cabinet for something to keep his flies in, or cuts out the palm of your rubber kitchen glove to patch his waders. So that's don't fly off the handle. Rule 3, never touch his fishing tackle. Every fisherman is convinced that someone has tampered with his equipment and will shout downstairs aggressively to his wife, what did you do with my sunglasses? Or where did you deliberately hide the suspenders for my sunglasses? Or where did you deliberately hide the suspenders for my waders? Where did you aggressively, aggravating his phobia further, take the wife of a fisherman I know who decided to clean up the mess in his tackle room. While he is away, she emptied all the contents of his aluminum fly boxes into one pasteboard carton labeled hair. She removed his trout lines from their respective reels and wound them up together like a ball of yarn. There's his ball of string. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Haters, my haters, double blazes, haters. She took everything out of the pockets of the campus jacket and sent it to the cleaners and gave battered fishing hat to the church rummage sale. It cost him $5 to buy it back, and he left home with a month of salmon fishing and grew a beard. What's more, he refused to shave it off until she promised never to set foot in his tackle room again. Yeah, Jack, he'll go outside and I'll open the door. He won't come in. He won't come in. He won't come in. I'm too old to open the door 40 times to try and get in. Stay out. He does fine here. We're 7 miles from any forest or anything. So most of the creatures stay up the mountain lions. All that's out here is some coyotes, antelope, elk, horses. I pulled out of my driveway. There's horse shit in the road right off my driveway. A dog probably chased him off. Tampering with equipment. Yeah, so that was rule 3. Rule 4. If his fishing partner is planning to pick him up at 5 a.m., the understanding wife will set her alarm for 4 in order to wake him, get his breakfast ready, and make some sandwiches for his lunch. Bring a sandwich. All right. I'm not making this up. Rule 5, encourage him to tell you about the big one that got away. Don't let on you've heard the same story. And so everybody's telling their fishing story, the big one that got away. It didn't get, I know what I caught. And they think they can pull the wool over my eyes. It don't work. Because if you know, if you are that confident, nothing can break your confidence. No Mario, no Davies, no K-Pros, no Tobys, no Amy's, none of them can break your confidence. Yeah. Yeah. Where'd everybody else go, MJ? It wasn't you. Yeah, Glenna, I don't believe you. Don't try and all you're going to do it by denying, telling me it wasn't me, that I'm wrong. You're wrong, Bill. You're wrong. You're going to make yourself one of my enemies. You're going to make yourself look like poo-poo, and I'll flush you down the toilet. Yeah, Pac-Man. I used to work for Atari. I was a quality inspector. My favorite game was Star Raiders. I still like playing that if I can get old. It's better than the newer things with all the high graphics, because it was just dots and things. Had to have a drink of water. My neck makes my stomach flip flop. Thanks, MJ. Only 16. Did somebody else go live to keep people from watching me? Did somebody else go live? I give a shithead shout out to whoever else went live. I'll bet it was Candy. And she's looking up Corey Ford right now. I'll bet anything is Candy. And she's doing the Corey Ford research and trying to claim that look what I found. Yeah, you didn't find it, girl. It was the car, the Ford. See, but it's multi-layers. It's the Corey Ford. It's the Ford car. It's Moses because he was meek. His mother had it gave him his umbilical cord. He had it tied around his thumb. And all these things are clues to and there's a map in the poem. It takes you from Pagosa Springs over and this side to at least South Fork and down to ring the bell in at Jack Dempsey's house in Manassas, Colorado, who had a title fight in Toledo, Ohio in 1919. And at the beginning of the fight, they went, and the bell didn't ring. The bell failed to ring. That's why it's Ring My Bell. And he's got a Liberty Bell in his front yard there in Manassas, Colorado, and a wishing well in the backyard. The bell is an A shape. The wishing well is the Omega arch over the wishing well. But it's a wishing well. The well is filled in with a planter box. I think it's filled with dirt now. But no, I'm the only one live. Who's that? That's not Josh. That's a picture of Packard Jack on Josh's. Yeah. Yeah. This book, and it wasn't a bad price. It was $9.99 and I think $4 shipped, like $14 altogether. 15 bucks with tax. And brand new book by, and I like this, their little logo for the publisher is there's the Field and Stream, basically, but they're in Bozeman, Montana, publisher. Yeah. And people don't understand. Oh, it's at auction. You can't be right because Jack Stoof has to be right because they're selling it. No, this was all part of Forrest Fenn's plan. This is how he is saving the solver from being sued. Am I being sued? No, because they believe Stoof. If you believe the auction, that means you believe Stoof. If you believe 9 Mile Hole, that means you believe Stoof. You're a nooker. That's the definition of a nooker, somebody who believes Stoof. Now, we know the nookers are all full of shit in this whole auction. This thing was sent to Heritage Auctions last year. So did Heritage sell it? Did they transfer the ownership? All they did was the parties that Forrest left with it created an LLC and claimed to have sold it to the LLC. All they did was transfer ownership. It was still the same parties pre-LLC running the LLC. The LLC is protect the individuals. We don't know, their names are hidden and stuff, but a court can easily get a hold of that information if needed. But you gotta have something. There's nothing anybody can bring to court, so they're just getting away with it, and they are fairly certain that what they're doing is gonna, the solver's just gonna say, oh yeah, well thank you for considering me. But it's like, yeah, you know, that's all nice and all that, but you could have told me. You could have told me what was up, that this was what you were doing, and I would have laid back and let it go and stuff. But by not telling me, you're forcing me to guess at what's going on. And all I can see is debauchery. I hope that this is all in a fair and honorable deal, but the appearance is not that. The appearance is vicious and cruel, and it goes right along, Doug Preston. My favorite quote of Doug Preston: I like to push my characters to their limits. Yeah, just let them go off the handle, because oh man. It's like, yeah, I know, you know, but you can't, even if a person knows they're being fucked with, it's not a pleasant feeling, you know, knowing that it's just, oh, we're just joking. No, we take it seriously until you make good, until you decide that, yeah, okay, we're gonna open up and we're gonna be honest now. That hasn't happened. Some people that supposedly had my back, they had a knife in my back. You see him over on Treasure Seeker. Troy, oh my God. I was like, holy shit, what, his little explosion. I've got a recording of that. I got the whole end of that thing recorded, and I'm going to edit a video out of it one day where they just repeat their nonsense over and over again, and they look, I mean, they're saying, we can't say anybody's wrong except for Bill Gorman. Piece of shit, straight. And then you go have all these conversations with Candy when I found a Thoth figure, and you're, oh, Thoth and Bill Gorman, why do you want to talk about Thoth? Oh, because I found the sucker up here in the mountains, maybe, and you didn't find shit. All you found was your KY jelly up your ass. You know? Screw you, straight. You were a friend. For you being a liberal and me being a libertarian, people presume I'm a Republican. No, that's not true. I'm for freedom. My ancestors, my ancestors, I have relatives that are signed on the Constitution, you know, like John Adams, John Quincy Adams, and Samuel Adams. Bunch of bald guys. Robert Rogers knew that he'd hang out at Studley's Tavern, and actually, I think the Adams were at the Boston Tea Party, guys dressed as Indians, and that was Robert Rogers' MO. They dress up he came into Washington's camp disguised as an Indian. That's how they didn't recognize him, because he was disguised as an Indian. And Washington wanted him out of his camp because he was more popular than Washington, and he would have taken over command if he let him in the Continental Army. And that's the only reason my family wasn't on the Continental Army side. They weren't allowed to fight for the colonies. Their only choice was to fight for the crown. And so that's what this is. Son of the American Revolution, United Empire Loyalist. Oh, it's just a rock, Bill. It's just a rock, but New Hampshire has the man on the rock was there, and it fell off lately, but it's still on their license plates. And that quote right there, live free or die, that was one of Rogers' Rangers that said that. My ancestors, he was with my aunt. That plate's very related to my family. Proud of it. Let me see. SIM cards. Yeah, you probably do, Paul. You see, I don't play that game. I don't hack. I don't go pretending to be somebody I'm not and stuff. I don't fuck with people unless they fucked with me. You have to fuck with me first. I don't call out people that haven't offended me. I call out people who have offended me. And usually it's like when I was in summer school, in junior high summer school, and in art class, we were making stuff with clay. And this girl threw a piece of clay at me. I picked it up and threw it back. I got caught and I got kicked out of summer school. I didn't turn her in for throwing it at me first, you know, but I was the one that got kicked because nobody saw what initiated my reaction. And if you see me cussing people out, turning a package of toilet paper into HEK, gentle as a gypsy's kiss toilet paper, it's because they offended me. And once you've offended me, I'm going to offend you back. Sorry, that's how it works. I don't let people punch me without hitting back. But I some people, have hit me without me hitting them back. Yeah. You know, it's like, it doesn't hurt me, you know. I got a lot of stuff. Oh, what was I? What I got here? Let's see. Where do I have it? Is it right there? It should be right here. Made these. Right here. That's a button fly. This piece of hair stuck to it. Well, that's what they put on anyhow, right? That's a button fly. I just had that idea, you know, button flies, fly fishing, that's fishing from your airplane. And then you have another, where's this other button fly? Did I get it? It's very hard to get the hook on there. Yeah, this one's better. As a button fly, it just needs the feathers and stuff on it. And you see, I got a feather right here that I got from there was a dead bird dried up in a tree, and I got some of his feathers. So I can use that feather to tie some of the feather stuff onto the button fly. It's a joke thing, you know. But there was a fly that was a bullet fly, and it's a Montana bullet. It's called the Montana bullet, the bullet fly. And let's see, let's do this. Let's put some of this in there. Woo-hoo. That'll spice it up. It's a gin, a creamsicle gin. Gin with orange cream water. Ah, Paul, MG. Yeah, there's the auction. This auction is about Forrest. The gold is technically being laundered to protect the solver. Because if they gave the gold to the solver would be in court. But by not giving the gold to the solver, where's your evidence? Yeah, I made that button fly. That was my idea. Mm. Yeah, it ain't bad with a little gin in there. But that's the book. Yeah, I know it's upside down. But the other thing about the book is, look, it's the same canvas like the Forrest Fenn's book. And what I want to look up is the publisher to see who owns the publishing company. I have found a new stream of life where I may bathe my wearied soul in coolness and sublimity. We're warm water salt. In coolness. Anybody want to come? Anybody want to chat on here? I'm kind of burned out. I wanted to. I got this in the and the thing was, I had just posted the thing with the Jesus with the Alpha Omega thing and showed that it's Alpha Omega. With to get double omegas, you need double alphas, and the Model A is the alpha car. Moses is the alpha male. So we have double alphas, the alpha car and the alpha man. These are the targets. You had to find the blaze, and the car is the chest. As Mario's stuff goes, chest, and then the C and the A and the R in trove going down, chest, car, trove. He's almost there. But everybody has doubts. I don't have doubts. My only worry is that who Forrest left to do this may not fulfill what Forrest told me to do. And it's like, that's why, yeah, in my life, the only person I could ever trust was myself. Maybe my mother, my father, I could trust them, you know. Can't trust my other family members too much. My sister just told me our little brother I ain't talked to since 2009, and that he told her that as far as we're concerned, you're not part of our family. This is what my little brother told my sister, you know. And he's got some of the family pictures and won't share them and shit. And it just burns me up, those pictures from when we were kids. And we lived on a walnut orchard in Silicon Valley, in Sunnyvale. at the intersection of Lawrence Expressway and the railroad, where the train that goes from San Jose to San Francisco through Sunnyvale, and we had a driveway lined with 100-foot palm trees, and so they tore down the house and stuff to build an overpass, and if you go on Google Earth, where the house was is in the hill, where now there's an overpass mound where the house was. The house is on the edge of it, but the driveway going from that, it was 100 feet, at least a couple 100 feet, and across the street from the house was the Modez Kotex factory. I lived across the street from the Modez factory. Don't let anybody rag on me for that. The one I trusted myself. Yo mismo. They told you about the page matchup. And the only response was to say to me that the title was, you had it right, page 130 matched, and it was courthouse chapter. It has the same info. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up, Liam. I did do one of these screenshots so I don't forget it there. I'll look it up. K-Pro Factory. Bill Garman. K-Pro Factory. Well, what are they live now? Or are they finally going, hey, Bill Gorman has some answers? I mean, this stuff, I seen his father say, it's like, and somebody had stated that, oh, nice work of plagiarism, right? And who was Forrest? But his father was plagiarized, and Forrest learned to plagiarize from his father, who was a teacher. I dropped the cap for my drink. Oh, gotta get it so my drink don't fall over. I always have drinks that try to have drinks with caps, except for my coffee doesn't. Page 180. You saying 180 in The Thrill of the Chase? Does it go that high? 100. No, he's not talking about The Thrill of the Chase. And 180 in the book I have here? Oh, the Breckenridge book. Yeah. You know what I thought when I saw the Breckenridge thing? I thought Josh Jordan, because Leadville was on the map. Yeah, I don't have that book. Oh, so the author of this book owns Corey Ford's land that was called the Lower 40, which is the title of his articles in Fish and Stream. That's the where Forrest got the idea for his poem. The fishing line is a heavy load, but he's shooting that fly straight down his rifle. So they have fly fishing terms that are similar to hunting or shooting terms. And he shoots that fly right into its target. The bullet, that's why they had a Montana bullet fly. I can get it up here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Right there, you blue ribbon flies, Montana bullet. Is it going to show me a bigger? No. But that's what a Montana bullet. This has some epoxy on it, huh? Oh, that's just pliers holding it from making it. Yeah, you know, I made these little button fly things, and the biggest problem I have making them is I have tremors, so my hand shakes a little bit. Only my right hand, but you're trying to put them fine, and when you're trying to do the finest thing, that's when your hand shakes the most. So there's the Montana bullet. Oh.